Hey, this is Bill Walsh, and I've been asked many, many times, what is the secret to building a successful business? How do you actually build it from scratch? Many times you don't have enough money, you don't have the right people, you don't have the right context. How do you build that business? How do you take that idea, that concept, and turn it into a successful company? At Power Team International, for the last 10 to 15 years, we've been helping entrepreneurs all over the world create even more success. It's based on three principles: leadership, systems, and accountability. So today I'm going to share with you what are those key drivers that make it possible for anyone that has a passion, a burning desire, and a commitment, a big commitment to build a successful brand and a successful business. Here's the bottom line. It all starts with you. You have to make that decision. You have to understand that winning comes from the inside out, not the outside in. You have to realize that today is the day that you make the decision to step into your greatest success story ever. And when you really make that decision, you'll know it. You'll feel it. And yes, people around you, they will think you're crazy. And that's okay. The beginning points of becoming a successful entrepreneur says this: I am ready for more. Have you ever had that conversation with yourself? You're thinking about doing things, you got the idea to do things, but then all of a sudden it doesn't happen. Where is the missing link from that? I would love to get in great shape. I've got these great ideas. I'm going to go to the gym. Yet you spend the whole day on the couch. And that's what challenges most business owners, right? They have the same set of ideas that they're going to build a big business, they're going to become mega successful, but all of a sudden it doesn't happen. And what I've found around leadership is it all starts with communication. So I challenge entrepreneurs on a regular basis. I say, the quality of your life is in direct proportion to your ability to effectively communicate. When we looked at the programs and creating concepts and ideas around helping companies grow, it came down to understanding principles, drive those principles, create that success, and be consistent. So many years ago, we launched a product called Successfolio. It was a business in a box. We gave you a great business plan, we got you an awesome website, and we helped get you organized. And as it got bigger and bigger, we had more customers said, how do we get more? And we launched a program called the Rainmaker Summit, the most intense 2.5-day program you'll ever take if you'd like to launch, grow, and build a more successful business. And so as we start to think about becoming that successful entrepreneur, we start to think about, is our communication positive or negative? Do we have that negative chatter? Is that negative chatter taking over? And for most entrepreneurs, it takes over and it kills them. We call it the self-doubt syndrome. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, right? I'm great, I'm amazing, I'm incredible. No, you're not. You're a loser and you're broke and your car sucks, right? And all of a sudden that self-doubt sets in. And here's what Henry Ford said. He said, whether you believe you can or you can't, you're right. And that's what I see with entrepreneurs. They begin to allow all those outside sources, all those negative people in your life to have the communication with you that says you're not good enough. You're not going to be successful. You can't make that football team. Listen, Shaquille O'Neal was laughed at. He was told he would never play basketball. He's too clumsy. Maybe he should play football. He was cut by a lot of his teams. His coaches said, this is not the sport for you. But one person believed in him. One great leader believed in him. And he became one of the greatest players of all time. You see, you have to believe in your dreams when nobody else does. Those leadership principles, they start with the winning voice that comes from inside that says, I am ready for more. And the fun part about this conversation is that when you're ready for more, more is going to show up. When you're ready for great things to happen in your life, great people in your life will show up. But you don't think about becoming that leader, you become that leader. And the language that you speak about is what you're going to bring about. Because what I believe is that your thoughts, this is right, so write this down, your thoughts become your words. And your words, as powerful as they are or as weak as they become your actions. And then your actions, they become your habits. And one thing about habits, they will follow you everywhere. They will make or they will break you. But if you start with powerful thoughts that drive into commanding words, that generate consistent, positive, successful actions, you're going to have better results. And that comes from this: successful habits equal successful people. Because those habits will become your character, and that character will define your destiny. But it starts once again by writing those simple words, I am ready for more. Those two words, I am, it's a statement of identity. And a great leader, they know the difference between just voice that you're talking about in that casual conversation and understanding that when you can own your space and you develop what's called a non-negotiable posture, you will no longer go left or right. You will get laser focused. You will wake up every day on path and purpose and begin to have a vision so powerful that that vision will pull you to where you're going. And that's what we teach at the Rainmaker programs. We teach through Power Team globally is that you have to take ownership of your life. You can't wait for somebody else. You can't wait for that moment. That moment is now. When you look at your life, you've got a date at the end and a date at the back, but the most important thing is the dash. And have you made your life significant, not just successful? Have you really lived a life of significance where you've served other people? You've made a difference. And once again, once you made the decision, all of a sudden what starts to happen is that the voice that's inside of you becomes the person on the inside that you know you're supposed to be on the outside. How awesome will it be to meet the person you know you can become 5 years from today? But that all starts with a daily method of operation around the quality of your communication, which will dictate the quality of your life. And by understanding the power of not motivation, but I mean true inspiration. And I mean inspiration, you see this in people, right? They have such a big vision because they're so inspired about their life of where they're at and where they're going and who they're going there with. And many times, to get where you're going, you have to let go of some of the things as to where you've been. Many times, whatever got you here is not going to get you here. Many times, those negative people in your life, you have to invite them to leave. That's right. Because you can't go out there and run the 100-yard dash trying to carry 3 people on your back. Jim Rohn said it best. He said, you can help 1,000, but you can't carry 3. And many times you probably feel like I'm trying to carry people, I'm trying to help all these people, right? Well, this is a great day to say, you know what? It's my time. I am ready for more. And what is that more for you? You have to have a clearly defined plan of what does it look like for you. How awesome would it be to be in the top 5 of your industry? How much money would you be making if you were in the top 5 of your space? And here's the neat part about this. You already have all the gifts. Now, you might start to think, well, I'm not sure, I don't know, I don't know if I can do all this stuff. A leader doesn't think like that. A leader understands how much work goes into it. Because I'll promise you this, when it comes to success, you always pay full price and you always pay in advance. That's what a great leader is. A great leader doesn't come from the little small things, they build from the big things. It's not about just being motivated, it's about truly being inspired at the core to go out there and live your wildest dreams. You were put on this planet to do big things. Nobody was born and said, hey, look, there's another average kid. No, you were born to be great. You were born to deliver amazing things and help lots of people. And once you step into that vision, I promise you this, your friends will think you're crazy. They'll laugh at you. They'll mock you. Oh, you can't do this. You're not supposed to be able to do that. Michael Jordan, same thing. He was cut from the basketball team in high school. Wanted to become one of the greatest players of all time. Go down the list of all the different, think about this. Vince Lombardi was told he'd never be a coach. You have no business ever coaching in the NFL. But what did he do? He went on to win national championships. John Wooden, one of the greatest coaches of all times. He understood the process of investing in people. The greatest investment you're going to have under this area of leadership is that you have to invest in your mind every day. You have to begin to feed your mind every day. Listen, pick up a great book, read just 10 pages a day. You might not like to read 10 pages a day of any great book you like. You'll get through 1 or 2 books a month. And I'll promise you this, whatever you feed grows. And so once you start to understand the process of what does it look like to become that great leader, and that's one of the most important things we do, right? If all of this starts to make sense to you at the end, we'll make an amazing offer to actually become one of our students. We're going to teach you step by step, word for word, how do you become tomorrow's great leader? And whatever your business is, that's what your business is. We don't say do this or do that. We say whatever you've chosen, let us help you do it better. But I will challenge you on this. What business are you in and why did you choose it? I will challenge you to super high level to make sure, would you do the exact same career if there was no money involved? Would you be doing the same business if you weren't being paid? Which means, do you truly love what you do? Are you great at it? And is there money in that space? Because you can say, I'm great at something, but if there's no money, you'll be broke for the rest of your life. That's really about, building a charity. And if you want to do that, that's fine. And certainly it's really important. But once again, if you really have a passion to say, you know what, I'd love to make some great money. I'd love to live an amazing lifestyle. You better find something in your life that you love to do that serves a lot of people, and there's money in the industry. And if you can find that, here's where the magic starts. The magic starts as a great leader that you're serving lots of people, you're being paid ridiculous amounts of money, and you're having so much fun that you never go to work. Now, how awesome would that be? That's the secret. If you want the secret to success, it's being able to serve lots of people, have tons of fun, love what you're doing, and get paid like you've never been paid before in your life. And that is, it says right in the Bible, if you want to become super wealthy, it doesn't say serve yourself, it says serve others. And tomorrow's leader is going to be about what are they giving back? Are they making a difference? Are they really having a social impact? And begin to think today, right? If you're facing challenges, if things aren't working perfect, right? That's a great sign for success. The closest point to success is many times failure. We're right there, we're right on the edge of success, and we quit. We quit many times because we don't believe anymore. You see, I've watched so many superstar entrepreneurs that the reason they became massively successful is because they could tune out the music. They could tune out the negative people. Look at your cell phone today. Take out your cell phone, erase all the negative names and numbers. Change your voicemail tomorrow to say something like this, right? Thanks for calling. I got your information. I'll give you a call back as soon as possible. But I am making some major changes in my life right now. And if I don't call you back, you're obviously one of them, right? And it's like, ow, how do you do that, right? Because here's what happens. A great friend told me this. He said, unless you can get rid of some of the old, it's hard to make room for some of the new. And the new starts with the new you. It starts with a new you that's full of passion, that literally wakes up every day once again inspired on path and purpose with a vision so powerful that it pulls you. It wakes up with a new you that says, you know what? I am here to do big things. That's right. Say that to yourself. I am here to do big things. Turn to the person to your left or right the next time you see them and say, you know what? You don't know who you're sitting next to. You don't know who you're standing next to. Because that's the achievement system that starts from within. That says, you know what? I am here to do big things. My life is going to matter. I am going to serve lots of people. I deserve to be paid lots of ridiculous amounts of money. Get rid of the thought that money is evil. Get rid of the thought that money doesn't grow on trees. Yes, it does. You got a tree right in your backyard. It's called your intellectual property. You were born with the greatest supercomputer of all time. It's called your brain. It's called your ideas and your concepts. You're great at something. Now it's time to monetize it. If you've ever thought about taking an idea or a concept and saying, how do I make money with that? How do I monetize that? If you're involved with some type of home-based business, if you're involved as a direct agent, an independent agent, anywhere, how awesome would it be to have the mindset of a champion that when everybody thought of who was best in class, the only person they thought of was you. Wow, that's what we teach. That's what a Rainmaker is. So if you like the communication we're sharing now, imagine getting 16 hours of content around this. Imagine getting to come to some live events. Imagine getting connected to a global community of thought leaders and individuals that will challenge you at a high level to bring out your best. That's the leadership equation. We look at the Rainmaker Summit created through Power Team International. The whole idea is let's build tomorrow's leaders in business. But let's build them from the inside out. Let's help them understand it's okay to be mega successful. It's okay to be rich. It's okay to serve lots of people. It's okay to give back to charities. But it all starts with you starting with the simple phrase, I am ready for more. And if you feel that in here, you know it. Because the next step in this equation is to unleash something called unconscious competence. Once you can unleash unconscious competence, now all of a sudden, it's no longer work, it's play. And people say, what does that mean? Think about the first time you tried to ride your bike. You fell. Second time you rode your bike, you probably fell again. And then somebody helped you ride the bike. And before you know it, you were riding bike like a superstar. It's no different when it comes to success. When it comes to success, it starts with you picking a niche, becoming in the top 5 of that niche, becoming best in class in your space. Becoming tomorrow's leader, but you start today. You plant the intention through thoughts that become your words that you literally speak into existence. And you unleash the idea of unconscious competence by being so good at your niche that you no longer think about it. Andrea Bocelli, Celine Dion, all unconscious competent in their space. Great surgeons. I don't want a confident surgeon, I want a competent surgeon. I want someone that's done 5,000 surgeries before and he's 5,000 with a success rate. Why is that? Because they're competent. They're unconsciously competent. And when you start to operate from that place, once again, you'll get into something called the flow. Just write down that word, the flow. You see people in the flow every day and say, how do they make it look so easy? Because when it comes to their kingdom, they are absolutely best in class. And that's what a rainmaker is. A rainmaker is someone that owns and dominates their marketplace, and they make it look so easy. I'll teach you how to stop doing 20 things and do 2 or 3 things, but do them so well that literally your competition, you can tell them exactly what you're doing, and they still can't stop you because you're just that good at owning your niche. That's what Tomorrow's Leader is all about. When we created the program, the idea was to help individuals, help small business owners, help big companies worldwide, help people with no idea at all, right? Help you understand the laws and the principles required to become tomorrow's dynamic leader. And once you understand that it starts with your communication, and we change that communication to elevate it, to begin to communicate at such a high level that you know for a fact that it's your time, that you're designed to dominate your marketplace. You go from understanding that I'm great at something to not just being great, but to being best in class. How awesome would it be to be best in class in your industry, your space, your company? That's what a rainmaker is. And as we go through the next hour of program, we're going to talk to you more about not just the systems and the accountability, but the why. How do all of these pieces come together so that once you understand it, it becomes more fun? The last part of Tomorrow's Leader, and starting today, is to become what's called an intuitive performer. An intuitive performer is someone that has unlocked the concept of unconscious competence, and literally when they step into that room or they step into that space, whatever it is, they own that marketplace. They don't think about it. They don't have to talk about it. They just do it. King James, he's called in basketball, LeBron James, when he walks on the court, he says it's his court, it's LeBron's court. He many times when he first started asked other players, why are you even on the court? You have no business on the court. Because what it's about is getting in the zone. How awesome will it be for you when you can step into the zone and you can feel it? And the people around you will notice, they'll be like, wow, how does that person make it look so easy? Because they've unlocked the key to unconscious competence and becoming an intuitive performer. Tomorrow's leader takes ownership of their space because their communication is in stereo to create even more success. And that's what we help you with the Power Team International. We're going to help you with the Rainmaker program. You'll be able to get this digital program today to start unlocking all those mysteries. 16 hours of content to help you understand how to unlock those biggest challenges that you face and break through and live your wildest dreams. In addition, tickets for some of our events, access to our global community. That's all about becoming a rainmaker. So in the bottom of your sheet of paper, I want you to write this down. I am a rainmaker. Whatever your industry is, make the decision today to be number one. Pick a niche, own that niche. Have more fun. Understand that once you can get this working in stereo, everything around you becomes more clear. Everything around you becomes super clear to you, and many times individuals around you, they'll move in slow motion because you become the one that dominates your marketplace. And I know it's your time. I know many times you need one person to believe in you. I know about that. I came from a very challenging family. We didn't have lots of money, so I understand the process. But I put the work into it. I put the time into it. I invested in my education. I paid it forward. And because of that, I'm able to really help millions and millions of people worldwide begin to live their dreams as well. So listen, until the next set of information, you're going to just take a quick pause now. We'll get you into something. We're going to talk about all these systems and programs. But it all starts with this. Tomorrow's leader is inside of you today. Hey, welcome back. This is Bill Walsh with Power Team International. I told you I would share with you the next keys to unlocking your greatest success story ever. You might have heard this before, maybe you haven't, but I'm going to share with you anyway. Systems win, people fail. What a concept that is. Systems win, people fail. Many times what happens, if you look at the most successful companies around the world, they all have great systems. They've all taken the time to invest in their infrastructure. Well, where does all that come from? How do they start that? You see, you would never build a high-rise, you'd never build a business, you'd never build anything without having a great plan. So one of the first things that I learned when it comes to building an even more successful company, you start with a great plan. You begin to realize, what does the next 2 years look like for my business? You see, so often most companies we look at, they don't think about it. They're guessing, they don't plan. And another thing that I've learned, either you schedule your success or you've planned your failure. Either you've scheduled your success or you've planned your failure. And I know this. Listen, I've been broke and wealthy. I can promise you, broke sucks. I've been around hundreds of startups where we thought it would do great, but we never really took the time to vet the entire model. When you begin to look at your business, you begin to think of your ideas, right? It's always easy when you're super excited because you're like, oh, I can do this and I can do that. But it's like, how do you do this and how do you do that? It all starts with Ganting or scheduling out a great plan. So just take a sheet of paper and write out 8 quarters. Literally plan out 8 quarters, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, go all the way to Q8. And begin to think, what are the pieces that are going to help us get to that big vision? You see, many times we don't realize that if the vision's large enough, you're going to pull together the right people that get behind your idea. But now you map it through a vision that literally is shown out and completed through the mission. So understand this, when it comes to your plan, the vision is where you're going, the mission is how you get there. And now all of a sudden we'll start to say, well, I've never done this before. And it's the same in business. Think of this through, right? If you had 2 choices today. Number 1, we're going to drop you in the middle of the Amazon jungle. And it's at night, and it's raining. And you get 2 choices, right? Choice 1 is we're going to drop you there, and you have to get out by yourself. That doesn't sound very good, does it? Choice 2, we'll put you in the exact same place, except we'll drop you with 2 Green Berets. They've been through the jungle 100 times before at night when it was raining. Which would you choose? Absolutely. Choice number 2 for sure. But think about this. What if I told you that to build that $1 million business, to build that super successful company, it's even tougher than getting out of the Amazon jungle all by yourself? So when you begin to think about setting up the plan and the process, right? Begin to look at, who do I need to win in this business, to win in this idea? Begin to think about all the pieces of the puzzle that go into creating that success. I've watched so many companies, small and large, right? And I think, what are the ones doing that are most successful? I mean, truly most successful. It's not the what they do. It's not just how they do it. Many times it's why they do it. So begin to look deeper into your business, right? Why are you doing, why have you chosen this space, and why do you deserve to be successful? Wow, it's a whole different question. I've learned when you ask the universe better questions, the universe will consistently give you better answers. And now it's definitely your time for better answers. Begin to think, I've got this great idea, I've got this big vision, how do I implement that? What is necessary? What are the pieces of the puzzle that I need today before I even bring the idea to market? You've got this great idea, you've got this great plan. Begin to think about, how many customers would you like to serve over the next 12 months, over the next 24 months? How many customers would you like to serve over the next quarter? Then, of course, what's the value proposition? What am I going to bring to those customers? How much value can I bring to that group? At the Rainmaker program, when you go through the entire program, because I'm just giving you some of the outlines today, right? We're going to take you through each of these pieces and break them down for you step by step so you don't miss anything that's required to build an even more successful business. So you got the vision, you're beginning to build the mission, right? You've got the value proposition. In other words, you've got a great product. It's priced for 2 things. It's priced to sell and it's priced for profit. At the end of the day, your company has to be profitable. If not, you'll be out of business. Warren Buffett said it best. He said, rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. And begin to think in your own business, right? What is it you're doing every day to acquire more customers? I'm going to teach you to be successful in business. You do two things again. You acquire customers and you retain them. The way you can acquire customers starts with an awesome value proposition. Create so much value in the marketplace that your customers think you're nuts. Look at the Apple model. What did they do? They weren't just trying to sell you a product. They weren't just trying to give you the greatest computer, right? They were trying to give you something that would truly enhance your life. And the byproduct of that is they created a great product. So once again, in your business, right, begin to think, what are you doing to create a great offer, have an amazing value proposition that literally attracts people? You're not trying to sell something. You're solving a problem that they say, I would be crazy not to buy this product today. And you learn a simple process called pre-sell. Always pre-sell, pre-sell, pre-sell. Create something so great that it attracts the buyer where they just can't wait to get that product from you. But it all starts with you building a better plan. Then you have to understand, what are the pieces I need to make that plan work even faster? When they built the Mandalay Bay Hotel, they had challenges, right? They didn't realize that the center of the hotel was sinking. So they were fortunate enough that even though they had already built part of the hotel, they came up with a plan B. So you always have to have a plan B. As a venture capitalist, as a business coach, as a mentor for millions of entrepreneurs all over the world, right? I always ask this question, right? It's like, what else do you have in case plan A isn't perfect? Because plan A many times is not perfect. How are you going to correct and continue to get your business back on track? Once you have the pieces of the puzzle, it becomes easier because you can realize that it's not going to always be perfect. But do you have a great product? Do you have a great offer? Is it priced properly? And then, of course, one of the key ingredients for success, you want to write this one down, is marketing. 90% of your success is marketing. I'll give you an example. In the last couple of years, you've seen a product come out where a person took a blanket, they cut 3 holes in the blanket. That's it, 3 holes in a blanket. They did $500 million in sales on a product called Snuggie. You know all about it, right? So many times it's understanding that what is the marketing you'll bring to the product. You can be a great brain surgeon. You can be a great doctor. You can be a great dentist, a great car repair person, a great plumber. But without marketing, you'll never have any customers. And so understanding the process of marketing, that every business requires a marketing funnel. And I'll just give you 3 great ideas today. When you take our entire program, you can click the bottom of the screen anytime you want and say, Bill, I need everything. I need the full 20-page business plan. I need all the modules because I have this idea for my business. I would like to grow it here. It hasn't happened so far. And I learned this a long time ago. If you could have got there by yourself, you'd already be there. So we've designed this over 20 years of working with businesses to give you step-by-step processes and modules and concepts and ideas that you can implement starting today. That's right now, today. But it all starts with, once again, value proposition, great product, priced right, price to sell. Now, how do I attract those customers to call you every day? I began to go through this process and think, what else could I do to bring in new customers if I didn't have a lot of money? I mean, let's face it, if you got hundreds of millions of dollars, you can go on TV every day. But let's say you don't have a big budget. We work with so many companies that are like 0 to 25 million. We say, what would it look like if you had leads coming in every day that were excited about your product or service that you could then have them become your customer? What I realized is that there are other people out there that already do business with your perfect customer. Think about this, right? What happens if Oprah Winfrey says she likes your book? You will instantly sell tons of books, right? So if you know that there are people that do business with your perfect customer, figure out ways to create a relationship with them. I mean, a true relationship where you actually serve and create value and have them become your marketing partner. And then give them a revenue share, right? Based on the customers that buy your product or service when they sent those customers to buy from you. You don't need big money to be successful. You need big thinking. You need to think outside the box. You need to create your own box. Joint venture marketing ideas or affiliate marketing ideas, they happen every day. Delta, American Express, AOL, Time Warner, all these companies, they all look for ways to create marketing relationships with different vertical channels that already do business with their perfect customer. It's no different from you. Begin to map out today, who is my perfect customer, and write down all their traits. Begin to think about, who do I know that does business with my perfect customer? And then go out of your way to build a relationship with them. You see, something I learned a long time ago, and I want you to write this one down too, that customers are good for business. What a concept. Customers are good for business. But if somebody has a direct access pipeline to your perfect customer, this will be a great time to pick up the phone and talk to them. Go to lunch and build a relationship. You know, it's neat that I had lunch today with my good friend Mark Victor Hansen. And we talked about, for 2.5 hours, all the unlimited opportunities that exist in the world today that we could take advantage of together. But when I first met Mark, right, I didn't know him. He, best-selling author of all time, 450 million books, Chicken Soup for the Soul. You know the story, right? But I knew that this was someone that if we created a relationship, we could add value to each other's lives. So I went to his charities, went to his events. It didn't work. I subscribed to his newsletters, still didn't ever get a chance to really meet him and spend quality time with him, because if there's one thing I'll help you with growing your business, it truly is about quality time with quality people. When you surround yourself with people that play at a super high level, you'll begin to play at a super high level. So the idea that I'm sharing with you today is about building relationships to help you grow your business. That Mark was coming to market a book in Chicago. I met one of his business partners, Robert Allen. We were at a conference together in Canada. And I said to Robert, if you guys are going to be in Chicago and help you market your book, just come. I'll be there to help. Because I think it's through the stories you learn how this stuff happens, right? And you've got to be persistent. Write that down too and circle it. Be persistent, right? Because I knew for a fact that they had great stuff. They have great customers. If I could add value first, the universe would open up to yield unlimited opportunities. And sure enough, from that meeting, he said, yeah, we'll come to Chicago. We'd love to help. We're going to be in town. Let me know when. I'll host a luncheon for you. We'll help you sell lots of your books. And they said, and Robert said, okay, I'll get back to you. Time went on, time went on, time went on. Now we're like 3 days before the event. I get a call out of the blue. He says, hey, Bill, can you still help us with putting together a group to actually help us sell some of our books? We're going to be in Chicago doing TV and radio. What do you think that I said? I said, absolutely. I'll figure it out. I called a restaurant because I was literally out of town when this happened. I called a restaurant in Greektown in Chicago. I talked to the person that booked the space. I said, I need a space for, maybe a couple hundred people. Can you put that together in a few days? They said, no problem. I literally began to call with a sense of urgency of people that I knew that had a database or had a list. And I said, I'm going to have 2 very powerful individuals in for a lunch training and a powerful event to meet tons of incredible local people. I said, the tables are $1,000. You get to bring 9 of your friends, 9 of your guests. You get to have lunch. You get to hang out with Mark Victor Hansen, author of Chicken Soup for the Soul, Robert Allen, author of lots of best-selling books on real estate. Would you like a table, yes or no? And before you know it, we literally sold 22 tables in 45 minutes. It was non-negotiable, right? It goes back to that non-negotiable posture to win. When Mark and Robert walked in, the place was packed. It was standing room only. They not only sold a few books, they sold more books at that luncheon for the couple 2.5 hours than they sold at all their stops combined in Chicago. And Mark said, Bill, I don't know how you did this, but you and I, we need to do business together. And since that time, many, many years ago, we've been business partners and great friends on lots of projects. So begin to think, number one, to grow your business a whole lot faster, create amazing, deep relationships with individuals or groups that already do business with your perfect customer, and the universe will open up doors for you faster than you could ever imagine. So that's just one of the marketing ideas. The second marketing idea is understanding that everyone needs to be on social media today. The internet is the most powerful source for new leads and contacts. I don't care if you're a local business. I don't care if you're a brand new startup. You have to realize that today, Facebook can literally optimize for you your perfect customer down to the street they live on. We will teach you at the Rainmaker program and the video series you get down below. Just click the button down below. We're going to teach you step by step how to get hundreds of thousands of impressions many times without paying anything through the Facebook system. We will teach you how to optimize and get your perfect customer and have people click on your links and go to your order pages and begin to buy your products, your services, your consulting, where literally you can skip all the blah marketing and go right to the perfect customer. How awesome would it be if you knew your perfect customer, where you could show up on their page every day, they could click a link for pennies, and literally sometimes pennies, click a link, fill out a form, and you've got a great lead. But see, this is just the beginning. Social media is getting faster, more efficient, smarter every day. How awesome would it be to learn how to market your business, not only just on Facebook, but Twitter and LinkedIn and Instagram and all these forms of social media, because it truly is the fastest, most effective, efficient way to market your business worldwide or local or regional that I've ever seen. We have never been at a time where you can connect with customers within seconds that are your perfect buyers, but now you have the opportunity to do that, and we're going to teach you exactly how to do that. How awesome is that? So understand that your social media presence is critically important to the faster growth, the hyper growth of your business over the next 2 to 5 years. And so when you start to look at all these things, right? Relationships, internet marketing, and here's the best marketer for your business of all, referral marketing. Have you ever taken the time to call your best customers? Have you ever actually segmented your customers and said, who's my top 20%? How many customers have I have? Or who would love if it's a new business, who would be my perfect customer? Because what you're going to find is if somebody likes what you have, they're going to tell who? Everyone they know. So often what happens is we never take the time to thank the best customers we have. We never make it easy for them to refer us new business. Referral marketing is one of the most powerful ways today you're ever going to find to launch and grow and build a more successful business. We're going to teach you all the different facets of how to do this. Business cards, postcards, online invitations, the different virtual meetings you can use, right? That now, once again, make it so simple for your client to push a button, thank you for the service, and invite 10 of their friends, 20 of their friends, 50 of their friends. And I'll give you an example of this. Have you ever been to a good movie? Have you ever been to a great restaurant? Did you ever tell somebody? Absolutely. Have you ever gotten a check from Disney, Sony, Miramax, Spielberg? No. But they've banked on the fact that if you like that movie, they like that restaurant, you'll go tell somebody. We are going to teach you step by step, word for word, through the Rainmaker program, the success program right down below, that literally over the time that we spend together, how to break this down to make it so easy to understand the power of referral marketing. You see the biggest companies in the world do it today. DirecTV, Bank of America, AT&T. Every airline today does it. You can't take a flight anymore without them trying to give you a Visa credit card. Why do you think they do that? Because they know that you trust the airline, you'll probably trust the credit card processor. It's a great way for them to increase their revenues, and they built it all off of one simple model called referral marketing. Those are just 3 great tips on helping you create more success in your marketing. When you go through the audio series and the video series down below for you at the Rainmaker program, and we've made it so affordable that everyone can take this course. We've designed this course so that entrepreneurs and small business owners worldwide can plug in today and begin living their wildest dreams tomorrow when it comes to creating more success. And this is just the tip of the iceberg around marketing. The other thing I challenge lots of business with is understanding you have to have a great sales process. You have to have a sales process that helps you understand when you meet somebody what's happened. Do they become a prospect? Do they go into this funnel, that funnel? What happens to every lead you generate? Do you have great email systems? Do you have a great newsletter system? Do you have a great SEO plan, a search engine optimization plan? Do you have a way that if somebody searches for your product or service, that you come up on page 1 of Google? If you're not on page 1, nobody can find you. 90% of the transactions, they come from page 1, not page 3, 4, or 5. We're going to teach you at the program, the video down below, how to get organic traffic every day for your business. Just begin to think, if you were on page 1, how many more clients would you get next year? Even more important, how many clients did you miss last year? How much money have you lost because you did not have access to all those clients? How incredible would it be when you can learn how to get organic traffic 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and then have a newsletter system to follow up with those customers, have an email system to follow up, and really have a great marketing funnel and sales process system so you no longer miss sales. These are, once again, a few of the pieces of the puzzle when I talk about having a great plan for your business. And of course, I'm literally just touching the surface of each of these things, but just kind of like check the box. Which one of these don't I have? Or if you had to rank on a scale of 1 to 10, How does your business rate? How does your new business plan set up? Are you really gearing yourself? Are you really ready for success? That's the fun part about understanding I am a rainmaker. It's knowing you have each of these pieces of the puzzle together, and it makes the journey so much easier. When you can have more fun, you're going to make more money. When you have better systems, you're more well equipped to win in business. You would never go into battle. You would never go into a tank fight and you'd show up on a bicycle. But I watch most entrepreneurs today, most business owners today, they're guessing at their success. Just go down the line again, ask yourself, do I have an SEO plan? Do I have a social media plan? Do I truly have a business plan? Do I have a marketing funnel? Do I have a sales process? Do I have a loyalty program to reward my amazing clients that I've taken time to build? And if you don't have these pieces today, when would be a great time like now to get them? How about this? Have you ever thought about launching your next great idea? Have you ever thought about writing your own book? Have you ever thought about becoming an expert in your field? We're going to teach you how to do some of those things today. Literally, when you start to go through the program right down below, we're going to teach you, literally, how to get set up, how to write your book in a month, how to write your book in 1 month and publish on Amazon. How awesome would that be? You see, the worst thing that I see for entrepreneurs, they have these great ideas and they never take action on them. Don't let that be you. Begin to realize that we go back to this. Systems win, people fail. You start with a great plan. You map an amazing value proposition. You wrap a marketing funnel, a sales process, a loyalty program, and then begin to think, who's the team that I need? We will challenge you to assemble a world-class team. And many times when the vision's big enough and the systems are in place, that team will show up. That's the fun part about the universe we live in. When you can literally play at such a high level, you'll begin to attract the right people into your life. And they will show up and they'll add value 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Once again, write this down. It's my time. I am here to do big things. I am a rainmaker. When I come back to the third segment, we're going to talk about accountability, because these are all critical drivers to have more success. But if you know right now you'd love to have our video program, our digital program, access to our tickets and our live events, just click the button right at the bottom of the screen that says, reserve my seat now. It'll be right down there. Order my tickets today. Whatever it takes to make it happen, you have to make that decision, because once you make that decision to move forward, there's no room to go back. It's incredible. It's an old saying that says, with just a little simple idea, with faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move mountains. And I believe in you, and I believe you will move mountains if you make that decision today to play at the next level. Always remember this, plenty of room at the top, it's the bottom that's overcrowded. Once again, it's Bill Walsh. We'll be right back with accountability. Bill Walsh with Power Team International. Hey, this is Bill Walsh. Again, we're back with Power Team International. And I thought I'd take the last segment of this video series and share with you one of the critical drivers that part of leadership, systems, and accountability. And of course, the last part is accountability. This is the part that entrepreneurs hate, right? They have these big ideas, they've got these big intentions. It's like the guy that says, I just can't wait to get in great shape, but he never gets off the couch. Well, let's face it, if you sit on the couch, you eat bonbons all day, you're not going to get in great shape. It's the same with your business, right? Are you giving your business the attention that it deserves? Are you keeping score every day? And I love to use this analogy that think about if you hired a coach and you worked out for 2 hours every day. I mean, you had a phenomenal, incredible coach that would challenge you at a high level, and you'd go to the gym 2 hours a day, 5 days a week. What do you think would happen to your health and wellness? What do you think would happen to the shape that you're in? You know for a fact it would get better. So I'm going to challenge you today. If you're thinking about launching a business part-time, give yourself 5 days a week, 2 hours a day, but be 1,000% focused. No left, no right, laser focused. The word focus stands for follow one course until successful. It doesn't say chase 50 things at once and hope that something hits. That's never going to work. The accountability process that I'm going to share with you today, and in greater detail through the Rainmaker program, we've created this digital success program just for you. 16 modules of intense education, followed up with extra live events you can plug in for the whole year, followed up with all the audios and videos, not to mention the fact, access to our global community where you can begin to get access to some of the best entrepreneurs that you've ever met in your life that just might be interested in your product or your service. How awesome would that be? And we priced this at such an amazing price where literally you can save thousands of dollars today. That's right, today, to literally take your life and your business completely to the next level. Because you know you need this if many times you wake up and say, what do I do today? What's my plan for the day? What I'm going to tell you is going to change your life forever if you'll just try this for 90 days. For how long? 90 days. And you can start with 5 days. How many? Just give me a 5-day commitment. At the end of 5 days, say, Bill, oh, that's crazy. But at the end of 5 days, you might start to realize that, wow, if I could live like this every day, I could begin to become best in my class. When you start to realize the process of accountability and what that looks like, what it looks like is to keep score every day. You would never in a million years spend $2 million for McDonald's franchise, and at the end of the week they say, what were the sales? You'd say, I don't know, we didn't keep score. We didn't bother with the cash register. You would never go to a championship football game or basketball game or Olympic competition. Watch the whole competition. What's the score? I don't know, we didn't keep score. So why would you treat your business anything different than give it the best opportunity for perfection? Start to expect the best from yourself. Begin to inspect what you expect. That's right. Begin to inspect what you expect. And that accountability process starts with, who are you spending your time with? Marilyn Vos-Savant, one of the smartest people in the world, 228 IQ. She said, with 2 questions, I'll tell you exactly where you'll be in 5 years. Number 1, tell me about the books that you read. Tell me what you feed your mind. And I'll challenge you with that too. We talked about that in leadership. But number 2, she said this, so much more important. Tell me about the people that you spend your time with. Begin to look at your life today. Who's in your inner circle of success? Do you even have an inner circle of success? Who is a group that challenges you? If you're the smartest person in the group, it's time for a what? That's right, it's time for a new group. Many times we don't know, and we think we know. I want you to step outside that comfort zone and start to realize you don't have all the answers. Nobody has all the answers. But with a group, you can be so much more efficient. With a team, you can be so much more successful. You would never play in the National Football Super Bowl franchise game, right, and go out in the field by yourself. No, of course not. It's the same in business. That's why every big company in the U.S. and worldwide, they all have what's called a board of directors. So begin to challenge yourself today that who's going to hold you accountable? Who's going to challenge you at the high level? And here's where the fun starts. When you surround yourself with a better team, you become a better you. A better you tomorrow starts with a better you today. It starts to realize that I can't get there by myself. If I can be around a better team, I'll have more success. If I can be around a team that's going to challenge me, I'm going to play at a much higher level. And that is actually where the fun begins. All the success you're looking for starts right on the edge of your comfort zone. Ooh. I know this is not what you always want to hear, right? I didn't come here to make you feel good. This series is not here designed to make you feel good. It's designed to help you understand that I've been through these challenges. I've been broke. I've had challenges. I've had massive success and massive failures. But if you can use what I've learned, it'll make your ride a whole lot easier to create your greatest success story. Once again, doesn't matter if you're an independent agent, you're involved with home-based business, you have no business at all, you're building a mega company. Accountability is accountability. And once you start to realize there's a process around accountability that goes back to 3 simple initials, DMO. That's daily method of operation. What is your daily method of operation? What are you doing every day to have more success? What are you doing day in and day out that allows you to play at a bigger level every day? And for most of us, we don't know what we're doing. Have you ever had days where it seems like the day just kind of drags on? Have you ever had weeks where the weeks kind of drag on? Have you ever had other days where the days were so smooth? Everything was perfect. You pulled in the front spot when you got a Starbucks. You went to the mall, the front spot was there. You went shopping, there was nobody in line. Where literally everything worked exactly how it was supposed to work. And see, what you start to realize is that it's what you believe in here that starts to show up out here. But even the thoughts by themselves are not going to get you there without having someone or yourself that holds you accountable. And that's why it's about building what are called million-dollar habits. You build a daily method of operation of million-dollar habits. And ask yourself if you looked at your daily habits today, good or bad, right? Some people don't know. So I challenge you to write down your biggest goals for the week, for the month, for the year. And then ask yourself once again, are your daily habits lined up with those big goals? Because for many entrepreneurs, they're not. Many entrepreneurs, many small business owners, they live in this world that's called Busyville. So does 98% of the planet. Where do you think they're busy going? That's right. They're busy going nowhere. But if you know in your heart, if you know in your mind that you've got big things to do, those big things start with this. Get up early, go to bed late. Become ultra productive. Understand the process called quantum productivity. Say, what's quantum productivity? It's simple. Write out your daily habits and look at them. Are they lined up with your big goals? Look at your daily habits and ask yourself this, right? How many of your daily habits are things that you delegate to somebody else? How many of your daily habits are at a range of more than $524 an hour for their value? Because if you spend your entire day doing things that's normally $10 an hour, where do you think you're going to stay? You're going to stay in $10 an hour land. You know, whether it's the bonus interviews that I'm here set up for you today, or you know it's your time, you know you've had lots of challenges, how do you break through the next level? It starts with understanding that success is a process, not an event. That's right. We don't teach get rich quick. I just teach get rich. But get rich can mean so much more than money. Everybody thinks it's all about the money. It's not. It's about many times what the money can buy. It's about many times the feeling that you have when you've had a great day, a great experience, right? Are you working every day to give your customers a great experience? Have you looked at your accountability process? Are you really playing at such a high level that 70 to 75% of your daily activities revolved around, and this is before 10 a.m., revolved around you delegating things to have other people do things you're not good at? A great friend of mine, his name is John Astroff, here's what he said. He said, you always partner, you hire, or you barter with someone that can literally play at things you have to work at. How often are you doing things you know you should never be doing? If you're not a web designer, quit trying to build websites. If you're not good at marketing, quit trying to do marketing. Think about the things you're great at and focus on those things every day, day and night. Day and night, day and night, where you literally wake up every day doing something you love, having so much fun that you become more productive by 10 a.m. than most people are in a whole week. When you start to understand, I'm just scratching the surface on quantum productivity, it begins to look at all your daily habits. And I will challenge you through the video tutorial down below. When you get involved with the Rainmaker program, it's a one-year program. You start the videos today, the audios today, the concepts today, the business plan today, not next week or next month, today. The website software we give you today, the iPhone app software today. We give you everything right now so you can begin to schedule your success and build an accountability plan. And this is so important, build an accountability plan on your terms. That's the neat part about success. Do not try to measure yourself against somebody else. I thought I was doing great many years ago. I went down to Richard Branson's home for 5 days. It's called Necker Island. I thought, man, I haven't even started. But you have to realize that success is based on your terms. For me, many times, it's quality time with my kids. Yes, I've chartered a private jet to go watch my son play basketball. I've flown home and flown back to our events. Yes, I schedule many of my Q3 around my son's football sports, different things, because I realize that their sports were many times the most important things for me. Being there was the most important thing for me. But you have to map it backwards for you. What is your accountability process? What is it going to look like for you to take total ownership of your life? And it goes back as part of this process to build a significant why. What is your why? Your why is what's going to drive you through the toughest times in your life. Your why is part of your accountability process to say, you know what? I've got a good DMO. I'm building a great mastermind team. I'm not exactly sure what I should do every day. I need to build those $1 million habits. But I know I'm tenacious. I know I'm hungry. I know I'm passionate. The why is what's going to drive you at a much more powerful core level to drive through the toughest adversities you face, because they are going to show up. When we created the Rainmaker program 10 years ago, The idea was to help entrepreneurs worldwide create even more success, have even more fun, create more stability. But understand that it is a process. Understand that every day builds off the next day. When we lit the process up and said, now let's make it so that everyone can see this, where it's crystal clear. Because many times you're going to see things that are clear to you that nobody else can see. See, I may not be able to be a good cook, right? I'm probably not going to be your relationship mastery coach when it comes to marriage coaching. But when it comes to building business, I'm best in class. I am very good at helping young entrepreneurs, new entrepreneurs, old entrepreneurs, young business, small business, old business. I'm great at helping them understand what are the processes required to create even more success consistently. And so if you've ever thought about how do I take these ideas that I have, how do I map this through a process? Number one, become a better leader. Number two, have great systems. Have an awesome plan. Number three, become 100% accountable. The 16 modules you'll get below are going to take you through this process step by step, word for word. And here's the best part about this, right? This entire program, this entire course is a fraction of what you're going to spend by making the mistakes. Think about how much you're going to lose if you don't have the answers in advance. How cool would it be to build a puzzle where someone says, do this, this, and this, and do it consistently, and you're going to have better results? How awesome would it be to have a green beret when it comes to growing business, someone that understands the process to be your tour guide? That's what we've created here at Power Team International. Our courses and our programs worldwide are designed just for that. Whether it's our business program, our speaker courses, our masterminds, they are all designed to help you become even more successful. And of course, as you know, right, down below that button, we've got an amazing opportunity for someone that says, Bill, I love your course. I'd love to be an affiliate. I'd love to help you market some of those programs. Because we're looking for coaches, speakers, trainers that say, you know what you're doing is going to change the world for small business. That's the next step. I know in schools today, they don't teach how to generate residual income. They don't teach how to generate and meet million-dollar partners. They don't teach how to become a successful entrepreneur. But that time is now. We're in an economy right now that anything and everything is possible. We live in a global economy, even though you may be in your backyard of Nashville or London or Malaysia or Singapore, Sydney, Australia. I'm telling you for a fact, you are now in a global opportunity, a global business opportunity for those that seize the opportunity. Not just see it, but seize the opportunity. And if you've got those great ideas, now it's awesome that you can actually take those ideas, those concepts, not only make money locally, but locally, regionally, and nationally. So whether you're a brick and mortar, you're a new company, you're an old company, doesn't really matter, right? Whether you have no business at all idea, now you can launch something and start building it today. How awesome would it be to go 2 years from today and look back and say, you know what, I've done all these processes, I've had more fun, I've made more money, and I feel that I'm totally on path and purpose with my life. The accountability drivers that it takes to win in business become your daily habits. The idea of quantum productivity, where you delegate things, get out of the way so you can focus on what you love to do, and it becomes a whole lot easier, is getting in the flow. Quantum productivity combined with becoming an intuitive performer equals quantum success. And that really is the secret of a rainmaker. A rainmaker is someone that can look at the entire picture and realize, what am I not great at? Who do I need? What are the pieces of the puzzle that will make this thing go a whole lot faster? Because as you can see that, that's what a CEO is about. The visionary begins to realize, I can't do these things, but I can surround myself with the people that help me get there. The Rainmaker program is going to pull out the visionary in you. That's what I'm great at. I'm great at helping you take your idea, take your concept, take your business, take your vision to a whole different level through leadership, through systems, and through accountability. And as we bring a lot of these things together, right, you start to realize that if you truly have a passion for business, if you truly have a passion to serve others, if you like making money, it's okay to like making money, right? Nothing wrong with that. Are you really committed? And that's the big word. Are you really committed to playing at the next level? Whatever got you here will get you there. It's not going to get you here. But how awesome would it be to have a world-class tribe, a world-class team that becomes your support network, where there's weekly calls. there's interactive education, there's live events you can also come to as a bonus, right? But the entire series, the program is right here, right now for you to take action. The only thing that is missing is you saying, you know what, it's my time. I am here to do big things. I am ready for more. I deserve more. The universe is ready for you to step into your greatest success story ever. But you have to make that decision. But if you love the idea and you know for a fact in your heart, you could use some help with leadership, with communication, with systems, with accountability, this may be the best decision you've ever made in your life. We know for a fact that this course, this program, this entrepreneurial group worldwide will make a massive difference in your business and a massive difference for your contacts and a massive difference for the way you look at things and perceive things. Because one thing I will take away from this course is for you ever saying ever again, you didn't have the chance. You have the chance right now. You have a team that believes in you. You have a team that will become your extended family. They'll become the team you can count on for that support and the training. And anything that's new gets loaded and you get access to all the new information. And you get access for a whole year, not just a week, right? A whole year access to this community and access to all the things that we're doing. And once again, of course, you know what? You've just got to make the decision. If you love what this is about, I'm so looking forward to meeting you in person. I'm so excited that I can take my 20 years of knowledge of doing this for other companies, helping them grow and build some incredibly successful companies, help you understand what does it take right now to have your next greatest success story. I've hoped you've enjoyed these modules. I hope it's been very helpful for you. Don't forget there's some bonus interviews down below. Listen to those as well. But it comes down to this. Get enrolled today. When you attend this program, when you attend these audios, you watch these audios and videos, they are going to inspire you at such a high level, but not just inspiration, give you the path, the purpose, the vision to win and create once again your greatest success story ever. This is Bill Walsh with Power Team International.